So this is your review. And I have to go to the soccer game. So the measures of three angles of a triangle are given by by those values, by those expressions, and I'm just gonna try to sneak those in here. So we know a triangle. If we took a triangle, we took this angle plus this angle plus this angle. The sum of them would equal 180, right? So right now, each of this is 8x minus 5. This corner here is 2x, and the top angle is 3x minus 10. So we just set an equation. It's pretty simple, right? 8x minus 5 plus 2x plus 3x minus 10 equals 180. Combine like terms, so this becomes, again, very simple. 10, 13x, then minus 15 equals 180. And then that becomes 195, right? 13x equals 195, and divide both sides by 195, by 13, and x equals, I have no idea, looks like 115. Yep, 15. So we can go and plug it in. It's asking us for the measure of the largest angles. So the largest angles, well, 2 times 15. This is just going to be 30. The top one is going to be 45 minus 10, which is 35. And obviously, the biggest angle is going to be this one, 35, 65, 115. Right? This is the largest angle. Name a pair complementary. A pair complementary, two angles that add up to, what do you call, 90? Well, if this is your straight line right here, right? Straight line, and that's 90, which means this whole thing is 90. So there's my supplementary MON and angle NOP. Complementary. Supplementary angles, two angles that add up to 180. So I'm gonna go, LOQ. You have options here. LOQ, which is 9 degrees, and then I'm gonna go QOP, angle QOP. So this angle right here and this angle right here, right? They're both 90. Vertical angles. Okay, let me just clear this a little bit clearer, so we can't have so many choices. So MON. Why do I keep writing like that? MON, the vertical right here. That's the obvious one. ROQ. Alright, so you got this one and this one also vertical, this one are also vertical, so you have choices. Remember, let me use this example. What's the relationship between angle XPY, so we're talking about this angle, and angle YPZ, right here. I don't know if they're complementary. There's not this little square here in the corner that says it's 90 degrees, so I'm not going to assume that, and you shouldn't. And all I know is they're next to each other, so that makes it adjacent. They definitely are not supplementary. So the only thing they can be here right now is adjacent angles. Find the value of x and the measure of angle y. Okay, so we're looking for this angle. Put a little dot there, and in order to find that, I'm going to have to solve these two. So 17x plus 14. These two angles are consecutive interior, which means they're, supplementary. Plus 4x minus 2 equals 180, right? So 17x and 4x is 21x. 14 minus 2 is 12, plus 12 equals 180. We're going to subtract 12 from each side. 20x equals 168. Divide by 21, divide by 21. X equals, I have no idea because I have no idea where my calculator is. So, Alexa, what's 168 divided by 21?
168 divided by 21 is 8.
8. Alright, so that's that. Let's find out this number here. So if I put 4 times 8 minus 2, I get 32 minus 2 equals 30. Now, the reason I did this angle here is that this angle and y are corresponding, right? So if this angle is 30, guess what? is also 30. Okay. Corresponding, name a pair corresponding. Well, angle 1 and angle 5. So remember, they hold the same position, right? 1 and 5, 3 and 7, 2 and 6, 4 and 8. Alternate interior, right? We're talking about angle 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this one you want to choose 3 and 6, or 4 and 5. Supplementary, 1 and 2, 1 and 7 are supplementary, 1 and 3 are supplementary, 2 and 4 are supplementary. Any two angles to add up to 180. Consecutive interior, 4 and 6, these two here, 4 and 6, and 3 and 5 would be the other pair. Okay, that's pretty simple. Find the measure of angle x and the measure of all the angles. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, I can't do anything with this. Well, can I? Yes, I can. No, I can't. I can't do anything with 5y minus 3 and 15x plus 18 because they're two different variables. But I can do something with put a dot here. And these two angles. They're vertical angles, right? So I know they're equal to each other. I'm going to write 15x plus 18 equals 11x plus 34. So that's pretty easy to solve, right? Minus 11x from each side. I'm going to get 4x minus 18. And I'm going to get 16 divided by 4, x equals 4. So now I can solve this, and it's pretty easy. So I'm going to put it over here. So 11 times 4 plus 34. 11 times 4 is 44 plus 34. That looks like 78. This is 78. This is 78, right? And he says all the angles. So if that's 78, that's 78. This is going to, well, if this is 90, right? This is 180, right? This whole thing here. I'll just put a little line here. This whole big angle here is 180. That's 90. That's 78. You can definitely find that one, right? Which is going to be 12. With 90, 12, and 78 should give you 180. And that's it. And if that's 12, guess what? This is 12 vertical angles. And if that's 90, this side here is also 90. Find the value y. Right? You can obviously know that these are vertical angles, so they're equal to each other. 11y minus 36 equals 63. Plus 36 plus 36. Y equals, 11y equals 99. And therefore y equals 9. And if you sub it in, obviously, you gotta get 99. Right, because it's times 9, 99 minus 36. And if it does equal 36, you're good, because they should equal 63. 30, right? Find the values of three angles, of all three angles. Well, we know that this is a straight line, and in a straight line, this big angle here is equal to 180. So I know that 4x plus 5 plus x minus 3 plus 3x plus 2 equals 180. So combine like terms, 4x, 5x, 8x. 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. That's my two-step equation. Minus 4, I get 8x equals 176 divided by 8, divided by 8, and x is going to be 21. Okay. No, it's not going to be 21, is it? No. Sorry. X is going to be 1. 1, 2. I'll just divide it. 16. And that goes 1, 16, 22, sorry. 22. So now I can come back here and plug it in and find the value of each angle. So 4 times 22 plus 5. 4 times 22 is 88. 88 plus 5 is 93. Here's 22 minus 3, which gives me 19. And this one is 3 times 22 plus 2. 66 plus 2, 68. This one, 3x plus 60 plus 5x minus 20 equals 180, right? Because they're supplementary. So 3x and 5x is 8x. 60 minus 20 is 40 equals 180. Subtract 40 from each side, and 8x equals 160. X equals 20. So here's 3 times 20 plus 60. 60, this is 120. So if this is 120, obviously the other one has to be 60. But just to confirm, has to be 5 times 20 is 100 minus 20 is 80. Why is this not working? Hang on a second. That's because 180 minus 160. Sorry, I made a mistake here. It's not working. My mistake was minus 40 minus 40. This is 140 at 8x, and x equals 140 divided by 8 is 1. I don't know, 8, right? 60, and now we're gonna get 7, which is 56. Subtract, so we're going to get 17.5. So x equals 17.5. I'll go back here. Sorry, I made a mistake. So 3 times 17.5 plus 60. 17.5 times 3 is 15, goes 122, goes 2, 52.5. 52.5 plus 60, that'll give me 112.5. And on the other side, it's going to be 5 times 17.5. 25 goes 2, 37 goes 3, 87.5, I'm assuming, minus 20, so this looks like 67.5. So those are values of my two angles. And I'm going to pause it for a second. Now, alright, we're back. So these ones, you just gotta know how to set up the equation because it's really easy. So the complement of an angle, and I'm gonna write an angle is x. So that's how I would label it. You're gonna call it A, B, C, D, whatever. So if you're just calling this particular angle, and we don't have, and that's a value, let's assign as a variable x. Its complement would be 90 minus x, right? And its supplement would be 180 minus x. So those are the 3 that I need to know and work with. So first one here says the complement. Do I have it? No, okay. The complement of an angle, so the complement 90 minus x is or equals 5 less than twice the measure of the angle. So 90 minus x, and I'm just going to switch this around, and that's my equation. Okay. I would have put this in parentheses, but since when I remove it becomes the same in this case, it was okay not to put the parentheses. Okay. So now it's just simple solving the problem. So let's do plus x on each side, you get 3x, plus 5 on each side, you get 95, divide by 3, and x equals, don't tell me this is going to be a decimal. It's going to be, no. Well, so I would never give you this on test with a decimal. But just for argument's sake, so let's round it to the nearest hundred, so 31.67. So its complement, obviously, is going to be the difference between that and 90. 31.67 minus 90, 50 something, 58.33. So in the complement, the other angle is 58.33, and again, not precise because it was a repeating decimal. But this is more important for me right now. Second one, 20 more. Okay, so again, 20 is just 20. More than means addition. The supplement of an angle. So I'm going to put this in parentheses. The supplement of an angle is 180 minus x. Right? And then it says is equals 3 times its complement. Now, here's where so 3 times, and if you wrote 3 times its complement and you left it like this, without the parentheses, then that just says 3 times 90. It doesn't say 3 times its complement. Right? So therefore, you have to put parentheses over here. And that is your equation. Now, over here, it wouldn't have made a difference if you put the parentheses, because as you can tell when I remove it, it comes out the same way. On this side, 3 times 90 is 270. And then 3 times minus x is negative 3x. Let's do 180. This is 200. That's that plus, and then minus x equals 270 minus 3x. So plus x on each side. Actually, let's not do that. Let's do, we don't deal with negative. Let's do plus 3x on each side. So the plus 3x plus 3x. So this cancels out, and you have 2x left over on this side. And 200, well, we're going to do minus 200 on each side, minus 200, right? And we're going to end up with 70. So divided by 2, divided by 2, x equals 35. So if x is 35, its complement is going to be 90 minus 35. So the complement, and then it's going to be 55. And the supplement of 35. So if this angle is 35, what is another angle that added to 35 will give you 180. And that's going to be 145. Those are my 3 angles. Okay. Twice the complement. Well, twice, and then in parentheses, the complement of an angle is described as 90 minus x. Twice the complement of an angle is equals 300 less than thrice, 3 times its supplement, which is 180 minus x. We got to do a little switcheroo here. So 380 minus x minus 300, right? Because it's less than. And then 290 minus x. So once you set this up, it's really, the rest is really just simple. So you get, and I'm going to shift things over here. 2 times 90 is 180 minus 2x. On the other side, you get 3 times 180, which is, I don't know, 18, 540. 540 minus 3x minus 300. So let's see what we can do here. Nothing on this side. On this side, 540 minus 300 is 240 minus 3x. You can get rid of whatever you want. So I'm going to get rid of the 3x. So I'm going to do plus 3x, do plus 3x. So that's going to be leaving me with x, and then I'm going to throw the 180 to the other side, minus 180, minus 180. It's going to leave me with 60. This one's this one. X equals 60. So you can find its complement. An angle that added to 60 gives you 90 is 30. Its supplement, an angle added to 60 that's going to give you 180 is 120. Those are your 3 components. The difference between the difference between the measures of 2 complementary angles is 22 degrees. So here is, so again, remember, if one angle is this, the other angle, its complement is 90 minus x, right? So the difference between these two is 22 degrees. So the difference between those two, this minus this guy here is 22 degrees. What are those 2 angles? So x, negative times 90 is minus x, and negative times negative gives you positive x equals 22. So 2x, and we're going to do 90 on each side, plus 90 on each side, which is going to give us 12. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals 56. So if x equals 56, the other one obviously, so if x equals 56, the other one's going to be 90 minus 56, which is going to give you 34. So those are my 2 angles. And you can tell if you subtract 56 minus 34. So here you have this angle and this angle. Is the difference? Is there a difference 22? It's 56 minus 34, 22. Yeah, then you know you're correct, right? Because it says the difference between two complementary angles, 56 plus 34 does equal 90, so they're complementary. And the difference between those two angles is 22. The difference between two supplementary angles is 142. It's 42. Find both angles. So this one is the same thing. So here's one angle. Here it's a supplement. 180 minus x. Let's put it in parentheses. So now set up the equation. X minus 180 minus x, and the difference between these two angles is 42. Same thing. Plus x, sorry. Equals 142. X and x is 2x minus 180 equals 142. Let's throw plus 180. Don't know I'm solving this all the way, but I am. Plus 180. So 2x equals, that's a 2, that's a 2, and 322. Divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 166. I used to be good at using a calculator. 161, sorry. So one of the angles, so x equals 161. So its complement, the other angle that added up to 161, that would give you 180, is 19. And there's something wrong here. 1 second. What did I do wrong? Oh, A, because this is 42, not 142. So I did this. So definitely, here's my mistake. From 42, I all of a sudden wrote 142. So I don't know why I did that. So again, process was okay. The number's definitely incorrect. And I knew that it wasn't correct, so the difference between those two numbers was now 42. So again, x minus 180, x plus x equals 42. Now we got 2x equals 222. Divide by 2. Divide by 2x equals 111. If x equals 111, its complement is 69. Oh. Oh, it is 69. So here are my two angles. The supplement, I'm sorry, equals 169. So we have one angle which is 69 degrees and the other angle which is 111. Is there a difference 42? If you did 111 minus 69, would you get 42? And you do. Okay. And 15. The supplement of an angle, we're still doing the supplement of an angle, so we're talking about this guy here, is 12 less than 3 times the angle, which is x. So switch right over here, 12, 3x comes to the front, minus 12, remove the parentheses, and then let's just solve. So in this case, I'm going to do plus x, so I get 4x over here, plus 12 here, plus 12 here, I'm going to get 192. So divide by 4, x equals 192 divided by 4, which gives us 48. So if one angle is 48, this also doesn't make sense. What am I doing wrong? Well, let's just see if... No, I'm looking at the other end. Sorry. X equals 48, and its supplement, which is 180 minus 48, it's going to be 132. Sorry. It's okay. 132. Okay. So here's a bonus word for today. Bonus word. Make this count. is this. Book of Moon. Been a while since I did Bond's work. Sapiens: A Brief History of Humankind. Pretty good. Where am I? 16? Take that out. 16. Find the angle. Find the value of angle ABD. ABD. So I want this one right here. So let's find the other two. This one and this one. They're related because they're equal to each other. 4x minus 14 equals 2x plus 7. Minus 2x minus 2x. 2x. 14 plus 7 is 21. X equals going to be 10.5. So if this is 10.5, let me go back over here. I'm going to do 4 times 10.5 and then 10.5 minus 14. 4 times 10.5, which is 11, 22. It's going to be 22. 10.5 times 4 equals 42 minus 14. This is 28. If this is 28, this is 28 degrees, and which also makes this 28. This one is going to be its supplement, right? So 180 minus 28 equals 152. Angle VUX, which is right here, I'll put a dot, is 3x plus 16. Angle UXW, which is this one right here, is 5x minus 54. How are these two related? Well, they are nothing actually, so that makes them not in the same position, there's not corresponding, they're nothing, so that makes them supplementary, right? So 5x minus 54 plus 3x plus 16 equals 180. 8x and 54 minus 16 will give you 38, negative 38 by the way, equals 180, plus 36 on both sides, 38 on both sides, equals 218, divided by 8, and you get 27.25, unless I'm doing 27.25, and let's go and plug it in here. So 3 times 27.25 plus 16, right? So let me do that. 27.25 times 3 equals 87 plus 16. This angle here is 97.75, which, and the other one angle is going to be its supplement, right? So minus 180. This angle here is going to be 82.25. That's it. So you notice that most of the question is going to be, do you know the angle relationships and how to set the equation, right? Angle EFD, which is this guy right here, that's 4x. That's right on top. EFA, which is this guy over here, put a little line, 7x minus 9, find the value of x. Well, first of all, you know that this guy is 90, right? And this is, what do you call it? Vertical angle, so this whole thing is 92, right? So that makes them complementary, so 4x plus 7x minus 9 equals 90, 11x minus 9 equals 90, or 11x equals 99, and x equals 9. So if I go back here, 4 times x equals, or 4 times 9, that equals 36, and the other one, obviously, is going to be 7 times 9 minus 9, 7 times 9 is 63, minus 9 gives you some weird number. 63 minus 9, 54. And it's correct because if I add these two up, it equals to 90. Which set of numbers could represent the size of the triangle? Okay, so take the shortcut. Find the two smallest angles, two smallest size. 3 and 4. Is it greater than 6? Check. So that's a triangle. The two smallest sides, 10 and 11. If I add them up, it's 21. Is that greater than the third side? No, so this is gone. 2 and 6 is 8. Right, the two smallest sides, 2 and 6. Add it up, 8. Is it greater than 9? No. 34, 35, 36. The two smallest sides are 34 and 35. If I add 34 plus 35, is it greater than 36? Yes, so these two could be the sides of a triangle. The length of something of two sides of a triangle are 9 centimeters and 4 centimeters. What are all the possible length values? Okay, so this one, remember the little trick. This is the difference. And this is the sum. So the difference between 14 and 9 is 5. Less than x, less than the sum of 9 and 14 is 23. So all the possible values of that third side will be between 5 and 23, not inclusive, not being 5, not including 5, and not including 23. Describe the following triangles. Scalene is a triangle where all the sides measure different. All sides have different lengths. Right angle, right is a triangle that has a 90-degree angle. Equilateral is a triangle that all sides have the same measurement. And the last one, an isosceles triangle, is where two sides of a triangle, of the triangle have the same measurement. Okay, so that's one of it, and then let me pause and see if I can bring up the other part. Okay, so this is the other sheet. Oh, clear some things up. So I'll try to do non-complicated ones. Things that I would start filling in as soon as I saw this picture. I'm going to start with this one. This is 44. Right away, I know this is 44. This is 78 and 44. So the angle F over here has to be 78 plus 44 plus that gives you 180, right? So you just have to do 180. That gives me 58. Right? So, and what else can I do here? You can tell me that I have 44, I have 64, which means I can find this over here, right? 44 and 64 equals 108 minus 180 equals 72. So I know this is 72. And if I know this is 72, guess what? This is 72 as well. Right? D and C, I mean, this line right here, according to the picture, it doesn't look like it, but this line and this line are your two parallel lines, and the transversal cut this, right? So you can focus on that transversal, and then I'm gonna just draw it, and the other one that goes like this. And again, you can't, you can use the angle relationships from those. So let's see if I can use anything with A. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I can also know that this is 58. Right? And if I add, yes, if I add 78 plus 58 plus 44, that gives me 180. And then 78, if this is 78, then you can tell that this is a vertical angle with this guy, so this is also 78. So slowly, you can start filling in your angles. So if you focus, and I guess if you try to do this, if I focus on this transversal right now, and this line right here, so I've made it in red, how would you relate 78 and B? Aren't they alternate the exterior? So which means this is 78, right? And if that's 78, this is going to be, A is going to be its supplement, right? Because that's going to be 102. And you can see that it makes sense, because this 78, that's 78, and this 78 is corresponding with this 78. And if you look at 102, angle A, you'll notice that is the sum of 58 and 44, which is also 102. That's pretty nice on that side. Now to do this side, this one right here, I want to change it to blue. So you look at this transversal, might be a little bit, the angles might be a little bit different. So who's corresponding with C? You look at this transversal, the blue line, it's C and F. Those are they're both corresponding, right? So that makes this guy 58. And angle D would be the sum of 44 and 78, which is, or just a supplement of 58. I could use a calculator to be a little faster, but that equals 122. And again, does it make sense? Because if you look at, so 58 matches up with this. They're both corresponding, bottom right corner. And this big angle here, D, it's represented by 44 and 78, right? And if you add 44 and 78, trust me, it equals to 122. Are we missing anything? We're missing angle E. Oh, okay. So angle E, well, over here, you have 64. I know this is 90, right? So think about this whole angle here. It should be 180. So 64 plus E plus 90 should be 180. So it's just a matter of what number can I add to 64 and 90 to give me 180. So I get, let me just add 64 and 80. And then subtract from 190, and you get this is 26. Okay. Now, honestly, if you can do this one, you're more than fine. You're definitely more than fine. Over here, same thing. I'd start filling the small ones, the little obvious ones. So that's 90, that's 60, right? That's going to give you 150. So angle M is 30, which makes this guy here, it's vertical, right? Also 30. That's 40, that's 90, that's 40, which makes that 90 plus 40 is that 130. So this is 50, right? Which makes angle N 50, right? So let's see. Let me just write it a little better. Makes this 50. What else? If this is 70, this is 70 as well. Let me see what else I can do. That's 30, that's 112. That's, I don't know. Let's see. It's 112. Yeah, 112 looks like the angle outside, so which means this one right here, I'm putting a dot, right? They're supplementary, 112, and that little dot supplementary, so that's 180 minus 112, which gives you 68. So that angle over here, and I'll pull it out, is 68. So now I have two angles in that triangle. I have the 68 to 30, which gives me 98. So 180 minus 98 is going to give me this one right here. On this side, it's going to be 82. And if that's 82, angle P, which is obviously vertical, it's 82. Now I have two angles here, and I can find Q. So 82 plus 70 equals 152 minus 180. That's going to give me something. Q is going to be 120. It's going to be 28. And if that's 28, this side's also 28, and you can find that one even though we're not asking. So, that's 112. I know this is 112. And if that's 70, now a straight line, this is going to be 110, right? Because it's a straight line in your pair, either this way or this way. It doesn't really matter which way you look at it. What else am I missing? That's one. I don't know what number that is. Hang on a second. What number is that? Oh, 112. Why did I write 112 down? Let's erase this for a second. That's 68. So this is 68, which makes this 112. 70, 70, 70. That angle, that corner angle. 82. So this guy right here is going to be this. The difference is this is going to be 98, right? Because this is 82. This linear pair, 98. That's 98. I'll try to sneak that in. 98. This corner right here is going to be 98 by virtual vertical angle. So now I have 1, 2, 3. I need a fourth angle here. That's 50. That's 68. So I can find out what this is right here, right? Because this is 50 and 68. 50 plus 68 equals 50 plus 68 equals 118 minus 180. This is 62. And I can find t because t is going to be 180 minus 62, right? Because of the linear pair. So this is going to be 118. So I have a, what is this? A five-sided figure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentagon. And if the angles add up to 540, I have 4 of them. So let me just add them up. 98 plus 112 plus 118 plus 110 equals that 438 minus 540, and we're going to get that this angle is 102. That's 102. S here is going to be the difference between that and 180, which makes it 78. If that's 102, this angle right next to it is going to be 78 as well, right? Supplement. These are vertical angles. And in this triangle, I have 2 of the 3 angles, 78, 70. 78 plus 70 equals 148 minus 180 makes that little angle right here, 32, which makes this also 32. And I'm missing U. Okay, so this is 78, right? So I have that triangle. That's 78 of this angle right here. Right, it's opposite this one, which makes this 62. So in that triangle, I have a 62, I have a 78, which gives me 140, which makes this little angle 40, right? Because it has to add up to 180. And if that's 40, this is 40. And if we know that, this is 90, that's 40, which is 130, it makes U 50. A little bit of work, but nothing you can't do. This one, that's 107. This is going to be 73. If that's 73, this is 73. What else can we do here? That's 73, that's 45. If you look in the triangle, we have 2 of the 3 angles. So 73 plus 45 equals something, minus 180 equals 62. This is 62. And if this is 73, okay, here's a little hint. This is, right, so if you're looking at a transversal, right now, you know that this is 73, which makes this guy right here 73. This C here is also 73, right? The corresponding angle is this one and this one, the corresponding. So if that's 73, this is 62, we can definitely find F, right? If you look at the straight line here, isn't 62 plus 73 plus F 180. So 73 plus 62 equals 135 minus 180. That's going to give me 45. So this is going to be 45. We can find everything else. So again, now if you look at this, right? Isn't 45 in A vertical? So this is also 45, right? And this guy right here could be the supplement, right? Right, because there's a linear pair with 45 in this guy, so this is going to be 135. Simple. I'm gonna do the easy ones first. This one, we know B plus C plus A is going to be 180, right? let's do D over here first. D is 58 plus D equals 180, so 180 minus 58 is going to give us 122. So this is 122. Right. So now, if this is my parallel line, I think of my parallel line. Think about this for a second. D is right here right now, right? Which makes, if you compare D and this guy, what's the relationship between these two angles? These are interior corresponding, right? So did I say interior corresponding? So consecutive interior angles. So if 120, this is 122, A, D and A should give you 180. This angle and this angle, the sum of it should give me 180. So if this is 122, the other one is going to be the difference, which is 58. And I don't even know why I didn't do that before, but angle C is just, right, it's a difference. It's 48 plus 58 plus C equals 180. I have 3 of the angles in the triangle, so just add up 48 plus 58 and then subtract it by 180 and you're going to get 74. Wow, I didn't do that. And now we can find angle B, right, because A plus B plus C equals 180. This angle right here is pretty easy to find. So just add up 74 plus 58 and then minus 180 and you're going to get 48. Okay. Apart from that, my transversal right now is looks like this. This is my 2 lines and this is colored like this, right? So this is C, this is G. Is there anything I can do? I can do this one, which is 28. That's 53. This is also 53, right? Think about it. This angle right here, this angle right here, right? They're corresponding. And if that's 53, I can find out this guy because these two are supplementary, so it'd be 180 minus 53, so that gives me 127. No, it doesn't. Something wrong here. Something's not right. No, it's right. It's right. 127. Sorry, 127. So this would be, so angle X over here is 127 plus 28 minus 180, or the difference. Sorry. So 127 plus 28. 127 plus 28 equals 155 minus 180. It's going to give me 25. So this is the value of X. 25 degrees. And I think we have the messy one left over, right? Just wish I had a bigger screen or something. All right. Work on that. Make sure you get a bigger screen. So we want all these letters. 32 T. This is going to get messy. That's going to be 148. If that's 156, this is 156. And this is obviously going to be 180 minus 156, which is 24. And this is going to be 24, right? If that's 125, this angle, whatever letter that is going to be the difference between that and 180, which is 55. So this is 55. And this is 55 as well, right? Because it's the same number, 125. And 55 plus 55 is 110. 180 minus 110 gives me 70. So that's 70 because it's a triangle. Sum of all the angles is 180. What else can I do? Do I know here? 65, that's 65. This is 25 because they're complementary. What this is. So if that's 65, this is also 90. Because, right, This whole thing is 90, that whole thing is 90, so I'm good there. It's 25, found that angle. That's 26, guess what? This is 26, that's pretty enough. And if this is 26, this is going to be the supplement, which is 180 minus 26, which equals 154. And you can see that, I mean, this is just painful a little bit, not that much. And you guys just filling in numbers because you know the relationships. This is 25, this is 26. This angle G here is going to be 180 minus 25 minus 26, which is going to be 129. Let's see, that's 164. This is also 164. This angle right here, it's going to be 164 minus 180, which is 16. And now I have two of the three angles, 154, 16. I'm missing angle C. So 154 plus 16 equals 170. So this angle right here is 10. And that's vertical with this angle, whose letter I can't read. But this is also 10. Right? Now you have, and then you want to find angle N. It looks like N. Well, isn't this a straight line? In a straight line, this angle here, which is 10, and this should be supplement, right? So should add up to 180. So that's 170. Here on the other side, that's 10. This is 129. W is going to be, well, these three angles added together is 180. So 180 minus 10 minus 129. That's going to give me 41. Now I have two angles here in the triangle. That's 65. That's 41. I can find out angle A. So 180 minus 41 minus 65. This is 74. That's 74. Z here is going to be the supplement, right? 180 minus 74 because it's straight line. This is 106. Let's go back on top. That's 24. This is a straight line. Actually, we already know 156. Am I done? Yeah, that's it. Wow. Not that hard at all. It's just not even, actually, nothing. And that's it.